Hello students, welcome to A8 series circuit troubleshooting. As you consult your lab book, take a look at this lab. In this lab we're going to be building a circuit that has 4 resistors in it. Okay, and this one has, I think we have jettisoned off the actual wiring diagram, so by now you should be able to look at a schematic and build the circuit. Make sure you consult with your instructor if you have any questions on building these circuits. Now, note in this is that there are a couple of tables to fill out, and so circuit number 1 will use 6.5 volts and circuit number 2 will use 9.5. So make sure you review all the instructions and anything else. So if we build this circuit, it's going to look very similar to this. I've tried to make it look like the schematic here. Because I've got 4 resistors that are in series that looks very much like the schematic, and then I would attach my power supply here as I go through and do my apply my voltage and stuff. So the first thing is I'd find those resistors, I'd measure them. I would measure RT at this point before I do any of the other measurements. So before I hook my power supply up, is I'm going to attach my ohm meter here and measure my values using my ohm meter. And you can do this by just putting your leads here. Then let's come up here now. I'm going to read my reading here for my total resistance. And then I'm going to record that number that I found there. And now I'm going to attach my power supply. And I think in the first part of this we're set for 6.5. So attach your power supply here. And here. And then as we go through doing these readings, we're just going to measure voltage across each of these individual resistors. Paying attention to polarity, of course. So there's the voltage of R1, and then the voltage of 2, the voltage of 3, the voltage of 4. And then if I want to measure total current again, I disconnect the power supply at one end, put the same color leads together, and then I'll put my circuit between the 2 reds, and now I'm reading total current. So one of the interesting things you're going to observe with this circuit is you are going to introduce a couple of faults. And faults are conditions that we experience with circuits that are undesired. So the first one talks about simulating a short, and I think it's with R3. Make sure you consult your instructions for that. And what I would do is if I put a wire in the same set of holes as my resistors, that I'm shorting that resistor out. So I could take that resistor out, and then now I'm simulating a short, and I can measure the voltage of a short by taking my leads and measuring the short here. Okay, and then likewise, if I want to simulate an open, I simply remove this jumper wire I use for my short. Now I have an open. And then I would read my voltage of R1, R2, and then consider this opening R3 and then R4. And I'd make my observation that way, paying attention also to what's happening to current. So take a look at Lab 8. It's an interesting investigation into troubleshooting when you have discrete issues of a short and an open. If you have any questions, make sure you consult with your instructor.